Who said that astrologers are not having the actual professions? We are doing research, YouTube videos and consulting. Some of us are even the part of the boards and organization we create. So today it will be going through 3 such charts of people who are belonging to a board, who are the chairman or congressman, who are part of some important place in some structures. So we will have 1 astrologer and 2 serious profession government worker, and we'll try to find the pattern. What is the common thing in those charts? Because without the research, finding the common patterns and getting the falsifiable conclusions, we are not doing this beautiful Vedic science its justice. We'll try to find the common things in this Columbo detective style. By the way, I moved the whole bookshelf here and I try to do this minimalistic, more so-called YouTube style background, but then I made the voting on the YouTube and Instagram, and you decided that you prefer the old bookshelf, old school student style, IKEA style background. So I should maybe do the voting first. So do you want to be the part of the board? Because that will be discussing today. Are you already part of some board? Maybe neighborhood board, maybe some kind of dog lovers board, or maybe you are in a skateboard team, you are creating some events, you are belonging to that important core of the group, or maybe you are in a gang group on the board, judging what has to be shared in the societies. Maybe you are the outsider, you are outside of the inner circle, inner society, high society, you are just standing there and judging with your Rahu Ketu judging eyes. You are rejected by the rejected, or you wanted to be rejected. Or you are maybe swallowed by the flames of cynicism, absurdism, and relativism, and you are not believing in any structures anymore. So let's analyze the various functions, the yogas we can find in those charts for belonging to an inner group or the board. So we have first Julian Armistead, and he was an American astrologer for many years, worked in advertising company, and then he moved to research. He served on the board of NCGR in New York for 20 years and helped design the certification program for astrology. He was expert in consulting and research, and he published many bird US charts, and also he was in he had this love for dogs, and he taught astrology in the communities, right? So 20 years in the board, so definitely there should be something in the chart, in the D1 chart, in the main chart, if that was a very, very part of your nature and something which had the impact, real impact on your life. So if you are not believing that Rahu and Ketu have their lordship, then you will not see that the 10th lord is in the 2nd house. So we are starting always with the 10th house and the Karaka, the lord, the Karaka. So here the 10th house has this Jupiter which can bring a lot of fruitful work. 10th lord is in the 2nd house. And this is Rahu and Venus. And this is very important because 10th house from the moon is also loaded by Venus. It's a Taurus loaded by Venus. So the same yoga is the combination of the planet. Here it is Rahu and Venus is belonging, or it's controlling the career life from perspective of a Lagna, which is more main dynamics of work, side projects, and how you work. And also 10th from the moon, which is more describing the nature of your work, because you are getting the work from the society. So learning those basics is very important. What is the 10th from the Lagna? What is the 10th from the moon? And where you should expect what? Because if you don't have those basics, then you will then see, or you will not be able to see the common patterns in the chart, and then you may just resign from even the base astrology and go to subjective humanistic astrology out of frustration. So we know that he was also into dogs, Lagna lord in 4th, moon. Taurus has 2 lords, one is also the moon and is in Leo. So Leo and 4th house shows the dogs. So the Lagna lord shows there is some awareness there. Mars is an own sign, so bringing that esoterics. When Mars is an own sign, it's often present in people who are into esoterics. Especially here we have the Saturn Drishti. Drishti is the aspect, so planets in 1-7, they are always aspecting each other, and therefore they are from the yoga, the relationship between the planets. So the relationship between the planet is formed when planets are together, they are aspected, and they are having exchange. And this Mars-Saturn combination, this is also a Yama yoga. So in Vedic astrology, the single position is important But what is more important are the yogas which are formed between the planets because they are more rare. And what is more rare is achieving more significance. And both of these are aspecting the Jupiter, which can transform whatever this shows into the ability and the wealth. And in the Navamsa chart, we have a Rahu in the Trikona, which is bringing that ability for research and also love for research, because this is also showing the nature. So what is the Navamsa? This is the additional chart. In Vedic astrology, we have the main chart, Rashi, but we are also having the Navamsa chart, which is chart of fortune. We are probably talking about this in every video. So if you want to get more knowledge about this, if you are here first time and you would like to learn what is Navamsa, then we have many videos on this topic. Just you can write Rafal, Gendash, Navamsa and find this video. And Rahu, of course, this Rahu and Ketu are the nodes of the moon, and the Rahu is the obsessive part, Ketu is compulsive. Rahu is the also obsession for research and also for structure and concepts. Ketu is more for numbers. So they are beautifully formed in the mathematics. Rahu and Ketu is conceptual and number parts of mathematics, philosophy, astrology. All those subjects are loved by the nodes. In the Navamsa 10th house is aspected by Jupiter Ketu, so he is gaining the wealth from the parampara, right? From the traditional knowledge. So he is teacher, he is advisor, he is guiding the communities. All those positions in the society will grant him wealth. So if you have this, you may consider this. If you don't have this, then it may not be the best idea for you. So what would make him the part of the board? Is it the strong Jupiter in the 10th house? Is it the Sun with the Arudha? Maybe something else. Let's see the second example. This is the Catherine Guy Quint. If you like this video so far, please do me a favor. It doesn't cost you anything. Click the thumb up. Let's see if we can get 80 likes in this video. It really helps the channel. And subscribe with the bell notification on if you'd like to see similar videos in the future. We are publishing here at least once a week, and it's all about this beautiful science of Vedic prediction using the Jyotisha. So now let's go back to the video. So she is the politician, the chair of a delegation, and French politician, and also belonging to Socialist Party, and she was dealing with economics, monetary affairs, and budget, right? So very important, responsible position. 10th Lord in the second again. So Mercury is there, she was into the economy. Venus is debilitated, but debilitated Venus with exalted. So this debilitated planet is going like a rocket from the top to the bottom, right? This is also again 10th from the moon, so influencing the career life, right? If it's not influencing 10th from the moon, maybe your more personal projects, some side hustle, as they are talking now. And Arudha Lagna, very important because it shows your place in the society. So for all the dynamics, what's going on, which is benefiting you, which karakas are problematic for you. We need to see Arudha. Arudha is originally in Taurus, but will jump to probably to Vrishchika or Scorpio. So Arudha is the point in the chart which is calculated based on the position of the ascendant lord. For example, if Lagna Lord is in first, then normally the Arudha would stay in first house, but it cannot stay in first because first and seven are houses of true, and Arudha is showing more the Maya part of life. So therefore, if the Arudha is falling in the first or seven, we have the exception. And this exception is telling us go to 10th from that original point. So 10th from first would be 10th. So if Lagna Lord is in first, Arudha is in 10th, but it can jump still to the 7th house. So here I would say it jumped to Vrishchika. Why? Because person was in politics, and we need some sun related to Arudha. So it can be either yoga or it can be a Digbala, which is directional strength. So directional strength for fiery planets are Sun, Mars, Ketu, is the 10th house. So Sun and 10th from Arudha can still guarantee you work within Maharaj sector, government sector. Interesting, the Sun is in first house as the ascendant lord. If a planet is in the own sign, then it has to delegate its fruits to the Uchanata, which is Lord of Exaltation. We know that Sun is exalted in Aries or Mesha always. So the Lord of Aries is Mars. So we need to see the Mars. Mars is in 12th house of expenses. Now someone, or even I had this argument with myself. I'm talking to myself too. Is it healthy? We don't know. If Sun is in the first house, then we need to be able to see the Uchanata. If it's in 12th house, it's expenses. But someone could say, these are your expenses. It has nothing to do with work, right? But maybe, only maybe, the work was expansion or projection, using the psychological terms, of your own abilities, skills, direction, awareness, right? Like the Lord is awareness, it's like Karaka Jupiter. So if you are awareness all the time about the expenses, maybe it can translate then to your profession. Of course, we are, with the help of Vedic astrology, eliminate those maybes, these doubts, because we have this Varga charts, Navamsa and Dasamsa, so we can confirm will the person who working in the expenses and the economics using the Navamsa and Dasamsa. At least we have some tools to make it more clear. And of course, we need some Rahu or Moon for politics. In the Dasamsa chart of work, we have Rahu intent in Cancer, so in the sign lorded by Moon, perfect Dasamsa for politics. We can support this person in that direction, at least from astrological point of view. Again, the question, what would make her being part of the board? Is it Jupiter related to 10th house? Is it Sun with or being a Digba line? Arudha, right? 10th Lord Moon is with the Jupiter. Let's see the third example. This person, Philip Hayes, was belonging to Congress. So now we have super serious from the conventional, from the moon perspective. 10th Lord Moon is now in the Lagna, so person can be the head of something. Again, Arudha is jumping, I think, to the 4th house. We have Sun in the Digbala. So this was also a lawyer. He had his private practice, and then he served as a member of Indiana State from 71 to 74, and he was elected as a Democrat to 94 Congress. Right? He was in the Climate Program Act, so was working for the environment too. Normally Sun and Gemini are responsible for that. So if we have another argument here for Arudha jumping to Vrishchika, Jupiter being representing the low aspecting Arudha Lagna probably would be also another argument. Also, we want to have Sun in Digbala from Arudha. Here, there's also with the Mars, the Lord of the Arudha. So in the D9 chart of fortune, if we see the 10th house of fortune is aspected by Moon and the Sun, which showing a wealth from the administrative and bureaucracy or social sectors. And in the D10 in the chart of the work, we have Sun in 6th and again Moon in the 2nd. So if you are open the chart of profession, 2nd, 6th, and 10. It's a very old teaching given to us by Pandit Sanjay Rath and this tradition of Shri Achyutananda. Even in crux of Vedic astrology, we already got so many such pearls, so many such wonderful rules which are repeating. So therefore they are valuable, right? And they are representing somewhat objective part of reality, not only subjective. So therefore they are very useful. So we have the low, right? Jupiter is with the 6th Lord Saturn aspecting the 6th house, also in the Dasamsa. Now, concluding all those examples, what would be the common point? Here we don't have 10th Lord really related to Jupiter. So now going to the conclusion, what would be that one common pattern? In the last example, we don't have really this 10th Lord connected to, or 10th house connected to the Jupiter. And even if the Arudha is connected to the Sun, then it may show that you are just working in that government sector, you are belonging to that Maharaj plaster, but still it may not guarantee you being the part of the board. And still you can be part of the board not belonging to government sector. You can work in other sector like in IT, in the entertainment and any other sector. In fact, in all sectors you can be part of the board. So it's not defining your really the profession, the nature of your profession, but it's more like circumstances or the function where you are, what you are doing in that profession, more like your responsibility and where you are as in also in a hierarchy point of view. So what would be the common pattern? Now, without the tradition, it would be very hard to answer. And because we have 10th Lord in the 2nd house, in other charts we have 10th Lord in the 1st house. But exactly that is the yoga we are getting to know about the Simhasana yoga. So this is when the 10th Lord is in the 1st or 2nd, the person is belonging to the board, is in a Simhasana, is having the high position. This is the circumstance in your profession. So if you have that, you may experience that. And especially if it's in D1, this is the big part of your personal experience, of your personal work. And this is also the example that without this traditional knowledge, without the first knowledge drop, it's very hard to do research because we don't know to which part of knowledge, how to compare this meta-analysis to. If we got 100 statistics, we got nicely meta-analysis of all those charts. If we don't know how to analyze, how to compare, and what are the special targets we meet through this research, it would be very hard to get any conclusion. So that was about the Simhasana, and I hope you learned something either from analysis of these 3 charts or just about the Simhasana yoga if that is new for you. And thanks for watching till the end and being here with me on this channel. Please subscribe with the bell notification on YouTube. If you want to see similar videos, don't forget to thumbs up. This video helps really the algorithm to make it more visible. And if you are still hungry, you'd like to see more, then I would recommend you to watch this video here.